Hello everyone. Now welcome to the next session, second session of Python programming. Today we are going to learn about the data types. That is the most important and major concept for any programming language. But before starting with the data types, we are going to focus on syntax. Okay? When you learn about any programming language, you will hear the term called syntax. Okay, now let's just introduce this part. Syntax basically rules of programming. Okay, every programming language has its own syntax. Okay, so syntax means it's like a grammar for any programming language. You know, grammar for English or any other language, you need to learn the grammar first. Why? Because there are some rules that how to form a sentence, how to use the words, how to use the vocabulary, like that. Okay, so there are several parts of that grammar that you need to follow to learn any language. Okay, same with the programming language. Every programming language has some set of rules. Okay, that is called as a syntax. So Python has its own syntax. Syntax means those rules you need to follow. If you don't follow those rules, if you don't use the correct syntax in your programming, then your program won't be executed. You will get some errors. Okay, you need to solve them. You need to solve those errors to get your program executed well. That is the importance of this syntax. So throughout this session, these lectures, we are going to learn what is the syntax. Basically, there are so many types of syntax that we are going to learn one by one. Okay, for now, just keep in your mind that syntax is a set of rule. Okay, now moving towards the next topic, which is the data type. Okay, data types. In last session, we have learned that any programming language works on data, which is called as an input data, right? So that is the data you are using in your program, in your code. So data type means type of the data, which type of data you are using in your program. Okay, as simple as that. There are several data types which we are going to learn in the Python. Okay, those data types are similar in any other programming language. You take C, you take C++, Java and another languages. These data types correlates. These data types are same. Okay, just a thin line difference exists between Python and the other programming languages, but the concepts are same. Okay, the type of data you are using in your programming means what? Okay, in last session we have taken the mathematical expression, right? That is addition of two numbers, right? For adding two numbers, you are adding two numbers. Numbers are your data, numbers are your value, right? So the type of data is number, right? Suppose I am taking name. I want to take name of all of my students, so that name is not number. Those are alphabets. Those are characters, right? So depend on which type of input you are taking or which type of data you are using. You need to clarify the data type according to that in the Python especially. So there are several kinds of data types we are going to learn one by one. First is integer. Integer, also we use integer as int, integer, in the program. Okay, integer means numbers. If you are going to work with the numbers such as the arithmetic operations, right, some mathematical formulas, some dimensions, like that, so then you are going to use the integer data type. So you need to tell, or in Python you don't even need to tell the interpreter that you are working on integer number. It will automatically understands. Okay, So numbers, you are going to call the type of data as integer data type. Okay, second thing, first is the number, second is alphabets, right? You need to work on alphabets also, because Python works for more versatile applications, more versatile platforms. So for those alphabet, you are going to use as string. Now this is little bit new, okay, for the beginners. String, whenever you are considering the statement, okay, English statement or vocabulary, or you can say alphabets, characters, also called as a characters, but we are going to use the string only. Okay, string is the data type. So whenever you are working on names, addresses, or also string considered as characters as well as numbers also. Sometimes numbers could also be string. How? That we are going to see when the example comes, or the concept will be coming. But numbers could be string also. Or you can consider some alphanumeric characters. What are the alphanumeric characters? The characters which consist alphabets plus numbers. Those are considered as alphanumeric characters. Those are also string. And adding with special symbols. Special symbols. Now what are the special symbols? Special symbols are those symbols are characters, special characters which you use in the English language. Full stop, comma, double inverted comma, single quote, double quote, asterisk, some symbols, alphanumeric symbols, right? All those question marks, all those are the special symbols. Those are considered as string also. And the most important string which we keep forgetting, that is the space. You know what is space? White space. Between every word we keep one space, right? So in general language or in general writing, we don't give that much importance to the space. But in Python, space is as important as any of the character in your statement. So space is also considered as string. This information will be very helpful for you when you writing down the code actually. So the space is also the string. Then third one is the boolean. Now what is boolean? Boolean is the pure computational term. Boolean is also one data type. Now what is meant by boolean? See, there will be some times that you need to give answer in only two forms, right? Yes or no, 0 or 1, on or off. Okay, so there are only two values. Boolean means two. If there are only two values that you are working with, then you need to, or you can consider it as choices. You are giving choices to user, yes or no. Both are them are not going together, right? There is no answer such as yes and no. No. There would be yes or there would be no. Only one value. So you are choosing between two values. You are choosing one value between two values. Then you are giving the data type as Boolean data type. So in computational language or in Python programming, we are declaring the variable like Boolean when you are storing the value like on or off, 0 or 1, and yes or no, like that. You are giving choices to the user, right? So this is the Boolean data type. The fourth data type is float. Have you heard the term floating point or decimal point? That is the float. See, sometimes when you need to put the number in the decimal form, then you can't take the number, or you can't declare the number as an integer number, because integer, whenever you are considering the integer number, that will be the whole number without decimal point. But suppose if you want to display, or if you want to take the number in the decimal point or floating point, then you are considering the float as the data type. Example of float is suppose 10.5. Okay, 10 decimal point then 5. When you need to display the number like this, then numbers type, this data's type is float. Suppose you are taking this number as integer, then for integer the number will be 10 only. The whole number it will take. It will not consider the 0.5 afterwards, because it's an integer number. But float, if you want to display this number as consist of decimal number, then you are going with the float data type. Okay, and the next data type is none. Now what is meant by none? None means nothing. Okay, when you are telling computer there is nothing in the result, or there is nothing to be taken as the input data, then you are declaring the data as none. None is actually, and the value also a data type. Okay, when you are taking the value none to any other variable, that means it has nothing. Now you can say that if you want to say nothing, you can always say 0, right? But no, 0 is still a value. You can't take 0 to represent the nothing or none. Okay, in another programming language, you can also go for the null. Null is also the same nothing. Okay, so when it comes to no value, nothing, then you are declaring the data as none or none. These 5 are the standard data types of Python. Except these 5, there are many more data types called as a data structure also. But those data structure I will be teaching when the part or that concept will come, because those are the advanced data types. These are the basic data types. Without this, without the knowledge of this basic data type, you cannot go further, or you cannot implement the basic Python program as well, right? So for now we are just discussing these 5 data types only, and then when the concept will come, then we are going to learn the advanced data type. Okay, learn what is the type of data, or you can say data type. Now how you can define, or how you can use this data type, or how you will know that which data type is there for a particular variable. So whenever you declare anything, when you declare one variable in Python, then its data type will be recognized. Okay, so let's see the example of those which we have already seen. So suppose we will take one variable called x. X is our variable, and if I am assigning the value 10 to this x, this will be integer data type, right? So x is equal to 10, this is integer, right? I am taking the another variable called y. Okay, and for this y I am assigning the value 2.5. Okay, so the Python interpreter will understand that what I am trying to do, I am trying to give the float value to variable y. So the type of this y variable is float. Okay, let's take the another example variable, that is z. Okay, z equal to, now I want to take string, right? In this you need to understand that whenever you are printing any character, any alphabet, or you can say string, it must be enclosed within single quote or double quote. Then only this value will be considered as string. numbers we don't need to enclose the number within quotes, but yes, string we need to enclose the string within single or double quote, otherwise the error would occur. So here I am printing hello. So hello is one message, right? That message I want to display. Okay, so that hello is the alphabet, right? And these alphabets are considered as string. Now let's take the example in terms of program. Okay, so here this is your programming editor and this is your output window. We'll see that how your output will be displayed. So in last session we have seen the print function. Print is the Python built-in, or we can say previously defined function. So in this print function, in this bracket, whatever we are going to write, that will be displayed directly in the output window. Okay, so to display anything or to display your result, you have to use the print function. Now suppose I want to print a number, so I will write down a number 10 without quotes. So print in bracket 10. So as soon as I write down this line in the output window, the first line will be printed as 10. Okay, that's clear. Then suppose I want to print the floating point number, which is 2.5. Again, I don't need to write this in single or double quote, and my output will be 2.5. After that, I want to print string. I want to print the message hello. So in the print function, just like we have declared previously that how to declare the string to a variable, print in brackets in double quotes or single quotes hello. Okay, so after writing this and after executing this instruction, my output will be hello. Okay, so this is the difference. This is how you are going to print the result. Now in this print function, I have taken the values directly. So in the output window, as you can see, the values are displayed directly, right? You can go like this also. Suppose I want to print the value but using the variable. So how I am going to do this? Before this statement, if I write a is equal to 10, that means I am declaring one variable a and I am assigning the value 10 to variable a. Then here instead of 10, I will write down a. Okay, that means I need to print the value of a, not a as an alphabet, but the value of a. In this case, again the output will be 10. Now if you see this first and third statement carefully, then you will know a is also an alphabet and hello are the set of alphabets, sequence of alphabets, right? So why we don't write a in single or double quote? Simple, because we don't want to print a, we want to print the value of a. When you are assigning the value to any variable and if you are writing down the variable without any quote, then the value will be displayed. And suppose if I am writing this a within single or double quote, my output will be changed to 10, from 10 to a. Then this a will be string to b. Okay, then I am not displaying the value of a, though I am assigning the value in the first line. I am printing a as it is, right? Suppose I want to print 2.5 only here in the second, but I will enclose this within quote. It doesn't matter. Even if I am including this 2.5 in single or double quote, it will be considered as string and that will be displayed as it is. Okay, so you can quote, you can write down the number in single or double quote, it's okay, but you can't avoid this. You cannot write string without quote. If I am writing like this, then here instead of printing hello, error will be generated. And that is a syntax. You cannot define or you cannot display the string value like this. This is your syntax, and this is the rule you need to follow. Okay, so this is basically how you are printing the value, how you are printing the, how you are getting the data type, and depend on the data type how you are printing the value that we have seen. Now the next is type function. Now type, type, is also one built-in function of Python, just like print function. Okay, so type, this function, every function in Python ends with this empty brackets or some parameters or some values in the brackets. Okay, so here in this bracket, if we are going to type, why we need this function, what is the purpose of this function, is to know the type of the data that you are using. Okay, so how we are going to use it? In the program, I am taking the variable a and I am assigning the value 30 to a. So a is the variable and 30 is the value to a. Okay, then I need to know that which type, I am new, I am beginner, so I need to know that which type of a belongs, means what is the type of a. So that is the function, type is the function to know that. So just write down type. Okay, in this empty, this would not be empty in case of type. Here in the bracket I need to write down the variable, that the same variable of which you want to know the type. Okay, so type in bracket a, so I will know that the type of a is integer. Okay, and just like we have already seen, without print function you would not be able to display the result in the output window. Here I am getting the type of a is integer, but there won't be anything in the output window unless you are using the print function. So type of a, instead of like writing like this, I will include this function inside print function. So print type of a, bracket close. Don't forget to close two brackets. First bracket is for a and second bracket means first bracket is for type function and second bracket, outer bracket, is for print function. And yes, you can do that. You can include any function in the print to display the result. So here now the type of a is integer, and since I am using this or I am calling this type function inside print function, so here in the output window I am getting the result as int, integer or integer. Okay, so here you would know type function is the function to know the type of data which you are using in the Python. Now suppose I am here, I am taking the value like 30.25. okay, and when I am calling this type function inside print function, then what will be the data type of this a? It would be float. So instead of integer I am taking float. Float will be displayed. Okay, now here with a, suppose I am taking the alphabet in single quote high. High is the string that you have enclosed within single quote, and when you are typing, when you are printing the type of a, then in the output window your result will be string. Okay, So this is the purpose, or this is the functionality of type function, right? You can use the type function inside print function to display the result. In this session, we have seen the types of data types and its uses, as well as the type and print function together. In the next session, we will start with the variables, how to assign the values to variable, and we will start with the basic Python program. Thank you.